Aloha, aloha, dear hearts. Hi, y'all. Okay, so this video is going to be about Reiki. I'm sure most of you've heard about Reiki, and some of you might be Reiki masters or in a class or wondering about this technique called Reiki. So I'll start at the beginning. I didn't know anything about it. It was 10 years ago, and I saw this ad online for a free Reiki course. It was a Christian couple that wanted to just balance out their business of teaching Reiki and offer free classes. So when I read it, just something went off in me, like a voice that said, do it, just do it. And I went, well, I'm retired, I don't have a big schedule going on. All right. So I did. Now, the first thing that was taught to me about this Reiki technique was that I had to be empty. Just empty inside. No thought, no thinking, no long prayer or big intention of what I was wanting it to do, even healing. Just be empty. Without, the only intention there seemed to be about it was the direction that I was pointing it to. If it was a person, a place, the planet, any other planet, or situations, war zones, lost kittens, oh my gosh, just anything that to me seemed needy of some help. So I thought that's great because I was into meditation, and meditating is what it's asking you to do, is to become empty. Thoughts are gonna come and go. Things will nudge you or tap you on the shoulder, and you just turn away from it. I'm busy now. I'm meditating. Excuse me. I'm being empty. So, I caught on pretty quick. I went, this is a good practice for me to be doing. And then to just imagine how I might be helping someone else, helping a situation. Well, that sounds fabulous. So my first practice was on my partner. He loves his feet rubbed, he loves massages and all that. And so I said, let me just give this a go. And so I was at his feet. Now, Reiki, you don't have to touch anything. You don't have to touch the person. In fact, sometimes it's better that you don't, because the energy, I guess, has more space or something. So I didn't touch his feet. I just held my hands out. I don't know if you've seen people do Reiki and their hand goes out like this. And you can do both hands. But sometimes I'll just use one hand if the other hand's busy, or I don't want to be too obvious about it. So I did it, and he was amazed at the things he was feeling. The warmth, the comfort. And I thought, well, that's super, And he was surprised, and I was surprised as well. So I took the complete course, got my master's, and about the only thing now that I use about it is that first lesson was just to be empty. So, they were teaching things like symbols and I don't know, a lot of different things that I personally felt no real use for. I mean, I'm sure someone else could use it and it could make a big difference, whatever. But just being empty, holding my hands up and saying Reiki, I'm sending Reiki. That's the simplicity of it. I am just so attached, I guess, to simplicity. I just want everything to be simple. And that's how I stay relaxed and comfortable with it. And I never feel pressure or like I should be doing it or ought to or maybe I should tell them I'm doing it and then I get some credit, or something, or even get more feedback. But that just doesn't, the feedback comes. If I'm supposed to know about some feedback, it's going to come, and it does. So I wanted to tell you about this because you can do it. Anyone can do this. Or just try it. I mean, what have you got to lose? And especially in this time period that we're in, I really feel like we're in a cocoon. We're kind of in a transitional state. The whole planet seems to be. But we're in the thick of it. So what's happening right now is all the old stuff is rising up, and it looks ugly, and it's uncomfortable, and it's nasty, it's sad, it's horrible. But it has to surface to come out so all the new can come in. And the new is ripe and ready. I can just feel it. I sense it. So everyone's needing this because, if you do a fast and all these toxins are coming out of your body, you'll actually have fever sometimes, or you feel ill, and it's like that. It's going to be uncomfortable, and a lot of us are going through uncomfortable symptoms or things that are scary. But I just want to comfort you to know that it'll pass. It's just coming out. Let it come out. Be aware of it. And possibly after this, you might even look at it differently. Like, oh, that's just coming out. Great. Good. And let the new come in. Leave that door open, for all this new stuff to come in. So, Reiki goes way back. It goes back to, I think, the Buddha. People that followed the Buddha came out with this kind of letting the energy come through. What I'm realizing is it's love and compassion. You're stopping the mind. You're not criticizing people. You see someone on the side of the road. They've got a sign out. They're hungry or they want help. And the first thought, or maybe a thought comes that says, I get a job. I mean, you're beating yourself up out there. Just go to work already. And then you pass by and leave him with that. So knowing how to utilize this Reiki, if I don't have anything to give them, or even if I don't feel like I want to give them anything, I give them Reiki. I just, and when I do that, it blocks any criticism or judgment or uh, bad taste about it, anything. It's this pure energy, and you can feel it. It just flows through and out to wherever I'm directing it from to. And then I feel good. I feel like, wow, I gave him something, you know? And it wasn't just a judgment or a criticism and I didn't even have to stop. I didn't even have to open my purse to see if I had anything. I probably gave him the best thing anyone could ever give someone. So, I kind of feel like this video is probably the most important video that I'll do. It's so effective. It's so easy. It's actually our true nature. Love and compassion is what we really are. We came from love and compassion. And so to be able to allow that knowingly, consciously, let it flow right through this vessel that we've been given and let it go out and do its magic. So it's actually simpler than prayer because you don't know what the energy needs to do for that person or that situation. You're just trusting it and allowing it to do its thing for the best and highest. So actually, Reiki, I did a little research, and Reiki is acknowledged quite a bit as a technique to alleviate stress, anxiety, and even pain, chronic pain. So the WHO, which is the World Health Organization, they've actually recognized it as an alternative therapy to relieve chronic pain. Some nurses are integrating it into their practice. You can Google and see all about it and, take a course if you feel like it. We all have our little missions that we came here to do and our callings. And I feel like this is one of my main callings, just the way it's developed and the way I've received it. And, there's this song that I sing. I won't sing it. I won't hurt you. But if love is why we're here, let us be an open channel. Let us give and then receive. So I never thought that much about receiving. It was just the giving part of it. But I do receive something. I receive peace. I receive a sense of usefulness. I receive a beautiful feeling when I do it. So it's got to the point where I just do it constantly. It's like if I'm waiting in line and everyone looks like they're getting frustrated, and I even feel like I might, and I go, I'll just give everyone Reiki. I'll just put out Reiki. And it just brings me back to peace, and I can actually notice things change. And if you don't think it's not doing anything, it's doing its thing, not your thing. So that's the offered practice for today. in this video is to try your hand or your hands at Reiki. You know, Reiki is a Japanese word, and it means mysterious atmosphere. And even the word universal is in it somewhere, like mysterious universal atmosphere. So it changes the atmosphere. So I'm sitting on the lanai, the deck of my partner's man cave, which I never go in. I mean, I do at times, but it's not like I can't. But it's his. He does with it what he wants. And I can't even hear it. When I'm in the main house, I can't even hear anything he's doing. It's great. And we've gotten to this, I don't know, we just spend a couple of hours, 2 to 3 hours every day apart, where he's doing his thing, I'm doing mine. And then we come back together and watch a evening show or something, and it works. Let's do what works. So I love y'all, all y'all. And I don't know if you noticed, but here, I want to show you something around our bird bath over here. I don't want to make anyone seasick walking too fast. But we have moss. I'm from Louisiana, so it makes me feel a little of that home where I grew up with the moss, and I love it. And this is our bird bath, and a lot of birds come and bathe. I don't even see one right now. But anyway, have a beautiful day, y'all, and know I love you. And that's the practice. Aloha.